Hey, what's up, tech lovers? How are you all doing? I hope everything's going great. Today, I'm bringing you a device that has really caught a lot of attention in the maker world. It's the Creality Falcon A1, a smart laser engraver that promises speed, precision, and something many of us have been waiting for. Zero complications when assembling it. It features automatic material detection, a built-in camera to preview your design, and speeds of up to 600 millimeters per second. And of course, built-in air assist. And it's not just a machine for entertainment, but a complete work tool with endless applications for all industries. We're going to test it thoroughly to see if it's as complete as it sounds, and I'll tell you all about it here on TechGround. Before we begin, here's some context about Creality, a well-known brand in the printer world. 3D with models like the Ender 3 or the CR10, but for some time now they've started to explore the field of engraving and laser cutting. And honestly, they do a pretty good job because their machines are designed to be affordable, easy to use, and with good features for home users like me, makers, or professionals. So if you like this kind of tech content and want to see more reviews like this, give it a like, subscribe, and turn on the bell. At TechGround, we conduct thorough, no-nonsense analyses on all topics. So let's get to the unboxing. Upon opening the box, you will be pleasantly surprised to find that it comes fully assembled, requiring no screwing of parts or aligning of rails. And that's already a big plus. Inside, we find the power supply, the classic toolkit with tweezers, a replacement laser lens, cleaning cloths, and a cleaning brush. Connection cable for the rotary kit that will be purchased. Additionally, a multi-focus bar, USB-A to USB-C connection cable, user manual, air extraction tube, power cable, air pump, and a wood sample. To begin our projects, it includes a camera calibration card. Additionally, the most interesting thing is that it has an air extraction system that is already installed inside the machine itself. And is it true that with other brands, you usually have to pay extra for this? The Falcon A1 gets a perfect 10 for presentation. Moving on to construction and design, the Falcon A1 has a very reasonable size. It's 56.7 centimeters wide, 46.8 centimeters deep, and about 19.6 centimeters high, weighing 15.5 kilograms. That makes it very sturdy, but still manageable if we need to move it around the workshop or at home. Its base is quite wide, which gives us a working area of 38.1 by 30.5 centimeters. And it's flat, which means that when we're cutting, the material doesn't move. And that way you don't lose the line when it's engraving and have to throw the whole project in the trash. The whole device is built with very stable aerospace-grade aluminum, and you can really tell. Honestly, they've really paid attention to the details. I especially like the top window cover we have, where the camera is integrated, and the front cover that gives us quick access to remove and install our parts. It will allow us to see everything without opening the device, and we won't need protective eyewear, since this orange finished acrylic will prevent blue light from reaching our eyes and damaging our vision. Another detail is that the extractor is already included inside. And we have this tube that I have running directly to the window, which allows us to clear the whole room of smoke, odors, and dust. And honestly, that's a great feature, that we have the pump with the hose connected, the long extension tube, and we can get everything out of the room. Thanks to how they've built it, as I'm telling you, there's no smoke that can bother or get in the way while we watch the laser work. And this way, we can see how our projects are being carried out, as you can see, for example, on the screen. On the side, we find all the cable connections that make the installation basically plug and play. The setup is super simple. We connect the power cables for both the air pump and the power supply, attach the silicone tube, and connect the USB to our PC. We insert the included key, remove the safety button, activate it, and then turn on the switch to start working directly on the computer. And now we'll show you a bit so you can get to know the interface that comes with this. Falcon Design Space, which is the application developed by Falcon, is very simple for any type of person. Even if we don't have any knowledge of them, I'm not going to do any finishing now, but I just want you to see it. You will also see the processes we have carried out. We open the application, download it, click on our printer, our laser cutter, and once we're inside, we already have the machine registered, the application, Well, here we have inspiration with lots of finishes, lots of designs to work with, and all you have to do is click to make it. Here I'm going to set it as a new project, and you can see that it loads directly into our application. I'll set it to 100% here, and now we can move and resize it as needed. Well, as you can see, it's very easy to use, okay? With our design already chosen, if we want to do this, here we already have the section where we're going to work, and we can open projects from here. Help and general settings. We have the basic and advanced options for everything you're seeing here. We have the back and forward buttons, the select button, the drag button to move the canvas, different shape options here, for example, polygon. We can also choose the number of sides and select the text tool if we want to write here, for example, TechGround. We also have the pen section for drawing our own designs. In this case, it's set to fill. Or would we just do it like this? We would also have a way to insert images. All these that you see here, there are a lot of them. It's the same, just click and we could make it smaller, bigger, move it wherever we want. It's very easy to use. And we can also, of course, import our own images. For example, the TechGround logo, as you will see now in the test, and embed it anywhere. The good thing about this is that we have the image tracing feature, and here, if it's a portable network graphics, it will automatically create the mask for us. We choose the threshold, the noise, the smoothness, and the optimization. We'll already have a vector. Let me zoom in so you can see it clearly. It's very flexible, so we can already work with it. As you can see, we can even change the vectorization, adding points as we go. Loading PNGs is very accessible. The top of the interface has various tools available for use. Something to highlight, for example, is the Smart Fill. To create keychains or any design using multiple pieces, simply click the desired elements. Here, it recognizes us. We take a photo, and we would already be inside the design. The position, of course, the size, rotating it, choosing the point where we want to start engraving. And on the right side at the top, we have the Beta 3D option, the preview. And to be able to move, if we're here, zoomed in at 100%, our canvas to the right, we have layer and camera. Camera to be able to access directly what we have. I'll erase everything here. I have an engraving I did earlier of a heart, just a test. And we can also adjust the opacity if we want to see the entire grid or over the material. As you can see, if I, for example, move it here a little, then click on photo again, the material will appear exactly as it's positioned. The machining settings for the coordinates and the linking settings. To choose another layer, the process is the same. We'll have the different layers and use the commands for cutting. We can choose between engraving, filling, and cutting, which will be discussed later. Of course, all the materials you can see here, which include a lot of acrylics, metals, leathers, even perfumes, perfume bottles, brand, and others. We can customize our products in terms of thickness, size, and laser power parameters for cutting and engraving. A lot of parameters that simply will just arrive. Choose an image here, like this heart I had said before. We place it where we want. Click on frame, it will go to the area where it will work. It will show us where we are going to work here in frame. We can also choose the laser power if we wanted to frame around to go directly to the edge, to the square. The numerous parameters make it very easy to work with. I'll continue providing the specifications and details. That's everything about the application. It's basically like Canva. You come in, upload things, add them, and you don't need any prior knowledge. For a more professional look, you can upload different file types like bitmap or portable network graphics, just as we're doing now. Right now, we have the import option here. Have you seen even scalable vector graphics files? All kinds of vectors to be able to work in the application. Now let's get into the technical part, which is what really makes the difference. And the thing is, the laser has a real optical power of 10 watts, thanks to a dual diode system. Even though it might not seem like a lot of power, it's actually enough for this type of material. It can cut wood up to 12 millimeters, acrylic up to 5 millimeters, and other materials up to 18 millimeters. This is because the optimization they've achieved has given it much more stability when cutting. The laser point is only 0.06 by 0.08 millimeters, which allows for very detailed engravings, even materials like anodized aluminum. However, we will need a marking spray to be able to work on metal surfaces. The Core XY system, similar to 3D printers, gives it an incredible speed of up to 600 millimeters per second. And yes, this is very noticeable when we do large engravings or batch production, faster, more precise, and at the same time smoother. And here comes what I think is a very interesting leap, and it's the integration of this high-definition camera, which not only lets us see the work area, but also automatically recognizes the materials. It adjusts the parameters and lets you place the design with total precision. As you've seen from the software, obviously it's also compatible with other software such as Lightburn, Laser GRBL, and the one I've just shown you. Falcon Design Space is a highly visual and versatile application, perfect for beginners. This software is very complete and easy to use, as you've seen, especially for beginners. The designs included are quite complex and comprehensive. Everything for gifts, designing things for the home, figures, drawings, puzzles, etc. Besides being simple to use, as I'm telling you, it will also allow us to import our own images. And the files and formats I mentioned before: scalable vector graphics, portable network graphics, BXF, BNP. So we won't have to install any drivers or configure anything, since all we have to do is connect the USB, open the application, as I'm telling you, and start working with it. It has many options to choose the types of materials, the power, as you've seen with the cutting, frequency, speed, 3 modes: engraving, filling, and cutting. And this really optimizes the material, no matter the size of the project. I'll show you some tests that you'll also see in the detailed plans I have here. I've worked with different materials, from a phone stand, which I don't know if you've already seen in the images before. Here, as you can see, I've put my TechGround, I've added a little star here, 2 interlocking circles. I've also worked with polyvinyl chloride. I've made an engraving of TechGround here on the front, here and on the back. I have limited knowledge and have been experimenting with different power levels and heights. We'll also have to be able to, with this tool here, which I think you've seen before, with this leveler, okay? You can adjust the height and the power of the laser. That's essential if we want to make good engravings, especially on wood. I added this detail because I love cats. Have you noticed cats in other videos? The kitten with the moon, is it male or female? As you can see, a perfect and beautiful engraving. And then I've made things like this phoenix bird, which you've seen as well, and I've selected it now for the test. And this little dog is very cute, and I want you to see it. Because honestly, this level of engraving, look how big it is. I don't know if you can see it in the close-up shot. It's incredible, the level of detail. Well, these are the typical little keychains we can also make. I'm just going to do it. Here's a keyhole in this beautiful, precisely crafted mandala. Take a look. The numerous gaps worked here are apparent in the detail shots. It looks stunning in wood. But I've also made my own notebook. This potato really caught my eye. I loved it. I wrote TechGround and drew a smiling face on it. The tuber is hilarious. I've worked with cork and also done block work. For example, if you want to work for brands and make prints, okay, this is my brand from my production company. And over here, this Leon, look at the level of detail. This one really has very fine lines, very detailed on cork. The laser, look how finely it works. Of course, I made a TechGround Omni, the TechGround ship, where we always travel here towards the best content. Papa Corleone from The Godfather. I also really love movies. Well, here we have a portrait so you can see the finish and the design. And honestly, this is endless and I can think of thousands of ways to use it for work. If you're a shoemaker, for example, you can make insoles. If you work, for example, in the world of decoration, you can make lamps, you can make incense holders, ashtrays. You can also work with many automotive materials. I haven't worked with acrylic, but it has many applications that we encounter. You've practically seen it everywhere. You can add die cutting, put a red, green, blue light behind it, and you have lighting for your room, for your gaming setup, for your car, or for audio systems. Well, anything you can imagine, any business, you can probably implement it because you always have to put the brand somewhere. For wallets, for phone cases, honestly, there are endless applications. And as you can see on wood, the lines are very sharp, the depth is very good without burning the edges. And notice, as I mentioned before in the close-up shots, the precision we've achieved in these projects we've done. And as I was saying, I'm not a pro. I've only handled a couple of these in my life, but usually these are found in universities, in industries, and having it here at home to do my little projects and things is just crazy. So, in conclusion, is this Creality Falcon A1 worth it? Yes, definitely, especially if you want powerful engravings and a machine that's ready to use without complicating your life. As you've seen, I've worked many hours with different materials. It works really, really well, and it's actually quite affordable. At Lolalio 589, it's worth every euro for its comprehensive features and ease of use. Absolutely, no doubt about it. Now, compared to other options like the Xtool D1 Pro or Automask A20, it may not have as much power, but it makes up for it with the ease of use, speed, and the intelligence that's built in. Aimed at all of you who want to get started in this field and are looking for something easy and affordable, I think this Creality Falcon A1 could be the best option. And well, if you liked it and made it this far with this video and enjoyed it, I encourage you to leave a like. Your support means a lot, so please subscribe as we're close to reaching 1 million subscribers. Thank you for watching this review. As always, leave any questions in the comments. In the description, we'll leave you the link so you can access their website. And that's it. See you in the next video. That's all for today. See you soon. Thank you.